Hello everyone. It is Monday, January the 18th, 2016, about 7 a.m. and this is DelrayVAWeather.com. This is going to be a morning update on the winter storm that we're expecting on the 22nd, 23rd of January. That's this Friday and Saturday. And overnight, actually, the models have consistently been showing a significant snowstorm. In fact, they're actually have trended up as far as the total snow depth. What you see on the screen is the 6Z GFS run, the mediagram for that. Let me see if I can bump this up a little bit so you can see it maybe a little better. Okay, this is again for Reagan National Airport, and what it's showing down here, this is the total snow. It's showing that we're possibly sometime even into Sunday. This may extend into Sunday and may peak at 26 inches. Now that's uncompacted snow depth. And it also assumes just the climatological average snow to liquid ratio, which may or may not be correct. It is showing that now that during part of the snow period, we're going to be above freezing, and that would in fact impact the total amount of snow. So let's take a look at this. Okay, again, this is the map for the Washington D.C. area. This is D.C. right here, Alexander right here, and it shows the type of precipitation at various times. And I wanted to show you this because it's showing at this would be Friday night about let me see if I do a quick calculation here. It's I think it's 6 p.m. Yep, 6 p.m. And it's showing that just down close to the Chesapeake Bay, it's going to be all rain at that time, and so it's going to be showing it's going to be snow, principally heavy snow, in the D.C. area. But south of us, this is showing an area of sleet and freezing rain. So it's in this case, it's showing that there is the potential for a winter mix about 6 p.m. on Friday. Okay, this is the Iowa State mediagram for again Washington Reagan National Airport, and this is showing the estimated snow depth over the period, using various models, model runs, and various ways of calculating the snow to liquid ratio. And so if you look at all of these lines, this is actually showing that the compacted total would fall somewhere probably about 13 inches up to probably 27 inches by the morning, Saturday morning. But it does show one other thing that the last night's model runs didn't show, and that's down here. It's now showing a sleet accumulation, and this is about the 6 p.m. Friday area. And in this case, it's showing about a tenth of an inch of sleet, though the previous run showed no sleet. So we have, this is the average between the midnight run and the 6 a.m. run, and it's showing somewhere under 8/100ths of an inch of sleet. So that's a change from yesterday, which suggests that the northeast, or the offshore low, is moving a little further west in the latest model run. Okay, this is the Global Ensemble Forecasting System, the latest one. And what this shows is it shows the probability that that we would get over 12 inches of snow. DC is right in this center area, and so this is showing at this time that we have between a 50 to 60% chance of getting over 12 inches of snow. So it's the odds of us having a disruptive snow storm really are pretty good right now, and I think you should expect at least 12 inches of snow out of this storm. Okay, this is again, this is a different way of looking at the ensembles from the Global Ensemble Forecasting System. It's basically shows all of the different outcomes given different initial conditions. And if you look at these, there are, I believe, 22 of the members in this ensemble. And if you look, we have one here that's showing probably only an inch. We have another one that's showing maybe about 2 inches. We have another one down here showing 1 inch. And those are the only ones that really are showing virtually no snow. So that's basically saying 3 out of 22 runs are showing not much. All the others are showing much more significant snowfall. We have, some of these are really showing a tremendous amount. I mean, this is showing 24 inches. This is showing 24 inches. So as far as the number of these ensembles in the 24 inches, they're about the same as the number less than 2 inches. So I think we can probably be assured we're going to have at least 1 foot of snow, at least 12 inches of snow out of this storm. Okay, this is the European model, the latest run, which was at the midnight run. They only do it twice a day. And this is showing that it's expecting around 25 inches. It's still showing that our temperatures are going to remain below normal, below freezing, rather, through the entire snow period, which implies that everything's going to be snow. It's no sleet or freezing rain. And it's showing a top out of 25 inches. Again, this is non-compacted, so it would be probably less than 25 inches once it reaches the ground. Because of the weight of the snow, it makes the snow depth less. Okay, let's go to this one. Okay, this is the Canadian model, the midnight run. Again, they only run it twice a day. And this is showing basically the same snow depth as its previous noon run yesterday. It's again showing about 1 foot in the metro area, Alexandria 1 foot. I want you to though take a look at this. If you look at this down here at Norfolk, Virginia, this model is showing basically only a tenth of an inch of snow, and by the time you get to DC, you got 12 inches of snow. So this shows, again, these types of storms have a rather dramatic gradient of snow. So over a 200-mile period, you go from virtually no snow to 12 inches of snow. So that means that a 200-mile shift can greatly influence the total that we get. And to be honest, the low that is going to be producing this snow hasn't even formed yet. It's probably going to form somewhere near the Texas Gulf Coast, perhaps tomorrow, and then move up the coast as a northeaster by Friday. But it's like a hurricane. If you have ever looked at the maps of a hurricane, you see a cone of where the hurricane could conceivably go, and when you get 5 hours out, that cone is quite wide, and that's basically the uncertainty in the actual path. The same thing applies to these storms. You have a 5-day out, you're going to have a cone that is pretty large. And so as a result, you really can't draw a really definitive conclusion of how much snow we're going to get, because we don't have it close enough to the actual track. So, I mean, you could basically set a range right at this point that runs from about 2 inches to about 20 inches. So you say quite confidently we're going to get between 2 and 20 inches of snow in the DC area by Saturday morning. But the most probable would be in the neighborhood of more than 12 inches of snow. Okay, this is the Next Gen Weather Lab of GFS, the latest GFS data. And I got this set for late on Friday night to show you. This is the northeaster right here. DC is right, I don't know if you can see where the X's are there, but DC is right there. So this is models projecting that this northeaster is going to pass just east of the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay. That is the ideal spot for a major snowstorm in the DC area, because you want the northeaster to be slightly offshore, but not tremendously offshore. And what happens is this in this position, in low pressure areas, the winds generally go counterclockwise, and so you're going to be able to bring in colder air from the north into the DC area, as well as bringing in moist air off the ocean, and that's, of course, to get a good snowfall, you need lots of moisture and lots of cold temperatures. So that's the reason why potentially we're going to get a lot of snow. If you look at this yellow line, this is the 5400 critical thickness line. Again, you need to be sort of north of that line to have snow. And if you notice at this point in time, which is late on Friday night, DC is just to the north of that line. And that's the reason why this run of the model, is showing that we could conceivably have sleet at that time rather than snow. Again, if we get sleet, it's going to reduce the total amount. And again, if it's just shifted, maybe about 100 to 200 miles further west, the track, well, it's going to be all rain. If it's shifted, I would say 50 miles further east, it's going to be more snow. Could even be 30 inches of snow. So again, there's still a lot of uncertainty, and as a result, you need to keep listening to the forecasts. Certainly by Tuesday, we should have a better idea of what we're getting. All right, I'm going to probably stop talking about... Oh, well, let me show you one other thing before we go. This is the buff kit run for the latest GFS model. I wanted to point this out to you, these 3 blue dots. That's showing heavy snow about 9 p.m. on Friday. When you see 3 or 4 dots, that means a very heavy precipitation. if we move this a little bit, let me move this a little bit. We at 6 p.m. we have 2 dots. That's moderate precipitation. So that means that at the evening rush hour on Friday, we're going to have pretty heavy snow. It's going to be moderate snow, but it's definitely going to reduce visibility. It's going to cause the road conditions to dramatically change very quickly with a matter of perhaps 2 hours from about, let me see if I back this up to 4, what we got. Okay, it's showing that moderate snow is going to start Friday about noon. And it's going to remain moderate through the rush hour. And then late rush hour at about 9 p.m. it's going to be heavy snow. Then at about midnight on Friday, you see the 2 little red dots with the initials IP. That means sleet. So this is showing that somewhere late Friday night, early Saturday morning, there is a chance that it's going to switch over to sleet. And then if we move this a little further, it's showing that at 3 a.m. on Saturday, we're back to moderate snow. And that continues. Moderate snow continues all the way until 6 p.m. on Saturday. So that means that, and at that point it's light snow. It hasn't really stopped. And so potentially it's going to snow through midnight Saturday. That's early morning Sunday, late night Saturday. So this is going to be a huge, long snow event. It will absolutely disrupt travel in the D.C. area Friday and Saturday and Sunday and likely Monday, particularly if we get more than 12 inches of snow. I can assure you that most businesses are going to be closed on Monday. Certainly schools are going to be closed on Monday. That's with the proviso that we actually get at least 12 or more inches of snow. That is not certain yet. So those of you who are hoping for a snow day from school, don't say that that's certain yet. It definitely looks like it may happen. And it's one reason why you need to keep watching the weather. And particularly by Tuesday, we should have a really good idea of whether this is actually going to happen. Okay, to wrap this up, I want to give you a couple of things I would recommend you do in the next day or two. Definitely, I would look around your property. Make sure you take in anything that could blow around in high winds, because there actually is a significant chance that this will be a blizzard. It's looking like during a late Friday night, Saturday morning, we could have very high wind gusts. They actually could gust to 60 miles an hour. And so you should take the time to walk around your property, and make sure that any loose items that could be blown by strong gusty winds are secured or taken inside. The other things you should do, if you have drains that you depend on to make sure that you have enough drainage, you should make sure that they're unclogged with all the leaves that have come down. You should just check those. You should check if you have a sump pump, that the sump pump is in working order, and you should check to make sure that it has a battery backup, so that if we get power outages, it can continue to run. If this scenario plays out where we're going to have a blizzard overnight Friday, the probability you're going to lose power is going to be go up. There is the possibility of power loss in this storm. So you should make sure that you have what is required if you lose power for 12 hours at least. The problem is that the power crews are not going to go out and be able to get out to repair anything until potentially late Sunday night, early Monday morning. So it is possible you could be without power for 12 to 24 hours in this storm. Make sure you got lots of batteries. Make sure you got batteries for your cell phone or to be able to keep your cell phone running. I would, if you have winter tools like snowblowers and things like that stored in a shed that's away from your house, I would definitely get those out and place them somewhere where you can get them easy, because if we get a 18 inches of snow, 20 inches of snow, it's going to be very difficult to open a door of a shed to get the tools out. If you, as a precaution, what I often do in storms where there's a chance of power outages, I raise the indoor thermometer of the furnace thermometer a couple of degrees, because if you have it takes about between around 8 hours to drop a degree or 2 degrees in the house after losing power. So if you raise the temperature of your thermostat 1 or 2 degrees in advance, it will give you maybe 8 hours to 4 to 8 hours of a temperature inside your house that isn't too cold for you. And okay, I'm going to wrap it up there. This is kind of a long video. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to give you some advice on what how you should be preparing. Again, you should make sure you got enough food to hunker down for 2 or 3 days if necessary. And if you have any questions, concerns, advice, anything like that, please give me a tweet at PatPend, that's PATPEND, and I will make one other suggestion. I've had questions in the past about whether you should salt in advance of the snow or not salt. In this storm, definitely do not salt in advance. It's not going to help. And it's possible it's going to hurt because it's going to cause the snow at the bottom of the pile to be very heavy and hard to shovel. So I would not salt in advance of this storm. Okay, thanks a lot for listening. And if anything significant changes later today, I will probably do a video update. I will be tweeting probably after every model run through Saturday. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.